Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, Congressman Dusty Johnson. You would think that by now you would have seen sight of our transportation sector. I haven't heard much from him, if anything. Are you working with him, with the Transportation Committee, to try to figure out what to do about this?
I would mention the administration has been real quiet. I think they can play an important role in getting people to the table. You mentioned that some of the carriers, some of the folks who actually have to run this freight have been a little frustrated that the union has not been at the table as much as they'd like. You are right in that the repercussions are massive. It would be a $6 billion hit a day, $5 billion a hit. That's a 6% reduction in our country's gross domestic product. We have to get this figured out before Tuesday. But if we don't, that $5 billion, it's not just the cost, it's also the inflationary factors and supply chain routes, et cetera. I mean, that was part, I think government spending was the biggest part of inflation, but the supply chain problems we had after the pandemic was part of it too. Wouldn't that be a big increase in inflationary pressures? You're exactly right. I mean, Biden inflation is already taking $13,000 or $15,000 a year from the average American family. This would absolutely make it worse. And the hangover would be a long time. It wouldn't just be the 6 days to unwind a one-day strike. It would also be the fact that the folks that we sell products to abroad would begin to wonder whether or not they can count on Americans. 55% of the value of American agricultural exports, which is a huge number, go out of these ports. You're going to have a lot of people wonder if they can count on America if we can't deliver. Well, you're also on the Ag Committee, and you're from South Dakota, where people are a lot of farmers there. Donald Trump has mentioned the first phone call that he would make if he was reelected as president. And here's what he said it's going to be about. The call's going to be to China. Here's what he would say.
So the first thing I'd do is my first call, I'm going to call up President Xi. I'm going to say, you have to honor the deal you made. We made a deal. You'd buy $50 billion worth of American farm product, and I guarantee you he will buy it 100%. He will buy it.
You think he can deliver on that promise?
I sure hope so. We have not been projecting good strength abroad. That's going to be one of the real benefits of a Donald Trump presidency. Nobody will think he's a pushover. Yeah, and he did do it before. He got the Chinese to buy a lot of our produce in the past during his first term. Congressman, thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it. Thank you. Well, Republicans warning that education is on the November ballot.